Welcome back to Sportsbook Review Videos. It is week number 12 already in the NFL season, and I am back once again to release some team and player prop picks from Bet365 Sportsbook. And starting off with the player prop realm, I think I have found some very valuable plays. Starting off with the rushing yards prop for Chris Johnson this week at 80.5. The Cardinals going up against the San Francisco 49ers in San Francisco as a 10-point road favorite. And despite the fact that Johnson has seen some huge volume in his last three games, 73 carries to be exact, which amounts to about 40% of his workload, I think he is in line for a little bit of a regression this week, despite the fact that they're playing one of the worst rushing defenses in the NFL. If the Cardinals jump out to an early lead and have this one in the books by the second or third quarter, I see no reason why they want to run Chris Johnson into the ground because they are going to need him in the playoffs. And over the last 3 weeks, even though he's gotten the volume, hasn't done much with it. It has only averaged 3.1 yards per carry. So even if he gets the 17, 18 carries in this one, he's going to need to average about 4.5 yards per carry to get over the yards total of 80.5. That's why I think under here at minus 115, definitely the best way to go in week number 12. Now, next up is Phillip Rivers. He has a passing yards total of 290.5 this week as the Chargers and the Jacksonville Jaguars hook up. And with a total of about 46.5, this could be one of the highest scoring totals of the entire week. And if that's the case, I think Rivers is a lock to get over 290.5, get into the 300-yard range as well. I think they'll have to throw the ball at least 45 times this week. Looks like Malcolm Floyd and Antonio Gates both going to be healthy for him this week, which adds a lot, I think, to this passing yards total. Jaguars still in the lower third of the league, too, in passing defense in regards to volume, amount of yards they give up per week to quarterbacks. So I think Phillip Rivers, good shot to get to 300 yards this week. I'm going to go over 290.5 at minus 110. Now, finally, Brandon Marshall. The New York Jets is my final one for a receiving yards prop this week. A really guy who's having a real bounce back season here, but over the last couple weeks hasn't been that great hauling in targets. Only hauled in 8 of his 20 targets over the last 2 weeks, but going up against a Dolphins defense that's giving up almost 8 yards per attempt to opposing quarterbacks, I think Ryan Fitzpatrick's going to air the ball out this week. Definitely get the ball to Brandon Marshall, and after 2 bad weeks, I think his yards total's been depressed just enough to where the over brings up some really nice value at 74.5 here at minus 110 as well. So add over with Brandon Marshall at 74.5 to the rest of your player prop picks this week from Bet365. Best of luck to you on all those, and make sure you check out my team props as well this week. But until then, for Sportsbook Review, I'm Jordan Sharp.